Now, it's not time to panic quite yet for the linebacker room. However, we certainly can have some alarm bells going off. It is 100% valid to be concerned with where the recruiting is in the linebacker room, just like it is with the defensive line. We talked about that last week. 100% valid to be concerned. Titan Davis has now completely removed Nebraska from consideration. That was a quick development that happened over the weekend. Not even going to officially visit Nebraska anymore. And Ja'Cory Smith, one of our top linebacker prospects, Rob Dvorak, was in home a couple weeks ago, and now he's committed to Oklahoma. Keenan Harris and Nebraska parted ways a while back. I think part of that, too, because he was a safety-type linebacker prospect. I think part of that was the commitment of Jace Reynolds. At least that's going to be part of the reason. There's just not the need to have those two similar style linebackers in the same class, especially when you're only taking about 15 guys in this class. The other prospects they missed out on, we'll go ahead and pull up our big board here. Right here in the center of your screen. Calvin Thomas, not considering Nebraska. Just talked about Ja'Cory Smith. Keenan Harris, nope. Tony Williams, nope. This is a little bit concerning. There's 6-7 names here, and you may only get 1 to 2 of those guys. We're going to talk about Casey Thomas here in just a second, and Jordan Campbell, obviously, who Nebraska has been heavily pursuing to flip. But first, we'll bring up Jace Reynolds, 3-star prospect from Elkhorn North, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's likely an outside linebacker / middle linebacker prospect in Nebraska's defense. Really good stats as a junior, 91 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 8 pass breakups. Some sites list him as an edge. No idea why. Not a knock on Jace at all. You can watch the tape. We'll do his film review here soon. You can watch the tape and you can see there's elite traits for an outside linebacker, middle linebacker who excels in pass coverage. He can come off the edge, but I really like his athletic makeup as an outside linebacker, middle linebacker for Nebraska. Very, very good in pass coverage. Now, the next guy we're talking about, the biggest name on the board, Jordan Campbell. Nebraska has been pursuing him for months on end, and they have the best chance of any program to flip him away. He is currently committed to Miami, 6'2", 200 to 210, 215 pounds. He's been committed to Miami for over a year and a half. He's from Miami. Obviously, you can see there on his profile. Homeschool, tons of NIL, all the reasons to stay home. They win at a relatively decent rate. He's taking an official visit to Miami on June 6th, an official visit to Auburn on June 12th, and he's coming to Nebraska on June 13th and wrapping up official visits to Missouri on June 20th. However, like I said, this is a Nebraska versus Miami battle. Does he want to leave home? And if he does, he will be a Husker. However, he has been very firm in his commitment. Yes, he's taking other visits. Yes, he's talking to other schools. But at least when he's asked about his commitment, he's always said that he is 100% locked in with Miami. And it's been a consistent message. How does Nebraska flip a guy like Jordan from Miami, who is from the Miami area? You have to win. And until Nebraska starts winning, you can be in the top group with all these top prospects, but none of it's going to matter because they want to win. It's not a hard concept to grasp. Now, his recruitment is going to go the distance. He'll stay committed to Miami probably through all these official visits, probably into the season. But if Nebraska can get hot early, you have that chance to really gain some momentum with recruiting. They're going to gain a lot of momentum with all these June official visitors, don't get me wrong. But a lot of them, just like us fans are, kind of in this wait and see approach. We've got a lot of optimism and a lot of hype going into the season. However, you won 7 games last year. That's not good enough. Point blank period. It's not good enough. It's not going to attract all the high-level recruits on a consistent basis. And you need a lot of these high-level recruits to be competitive. We're not chasing Minnesota, like Coach Rule says. We're chasing the Ohio States. We're chasing the Oregons. These are the dudes that help you chase them. Guys like Jordan Campbell. Now, let's say Nebraska beats Michigan. You're off to an undefeated start. Yeah, you might see some more names pop up than what you're seeing right now. you might see some old names resurface as well. It's just there's so much on these big time recruits. There's so much riding on this season to prove that you're getting better, to prove that you're going to be a contender for the playoffs and in the Big Ten on a consistent basis. Until Nebraska wins, they're going to continue to be the bridesmaid. They'll never be the bride. We've seen that in recruiting for years and years while we've struggled through mediocrity for the last decade plus. Our final recruit that we're going to talk about today is linebacker Jace Thomas. This was a guy month and a half, 2 months ago, you're feeling pretty good about. He's not highly recruited, but you see a lot of tape that you like, a lot of translatable traits to college football. 6'2", 200 pounds, really good athlete. And then Nebraska kind of has fallen to the wayside. Seems like he's staying home. He's either going to go to Iowa or Iowa State. So this was, he's going to official visit Nebraska. At least he's scheduled to, whether or not he does. But this is not a guy I plan to see in Nebraska's class. And real quickly, we'll bring up our big board here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 linebacker top prospects for Nebraska. And this was when I made the board 2 months ago. Right now, you've got one commitment, maybe flip Jordan Campbell, and that's it. This is why I say you're valid in being concerned about the linebacker recruiting. Now, this is going to take me on a tangent I don't want to go on right now. I'm going to do that tomorrow when Justin and I have our live stream. We're going to really break down what the shift with Nebraska recruiting has seen since January. And I talked a little bit about it when I broke down the defensive line, but there is a lot of behind the scenes stuff that is a cause of what we're seeing right now. A lot of unorganization, at least it appears so. We're going to dive into that tomorrow. Real quickly, too, on Jace Thomas. Nebraska was really pushing early. And I think part of it, too, is I think they really believe they have a chance to flip Jordan Campbell. And so maybe that is part of why they've kind of reeled it back in with Jace Thomas. I don't understand why you would do that. I mean, you need at least 2 linebackers in this class, and you've got 1 right now. So I don't think that would be a good strategy, but that's kind of how it appears, what they've done with Jace Thomas. And then next weekend, too, this is going to wrap up today's video. Next weekend, Nebraska will have at least 10 confirmed official visitors in town to go along with 2027 borderline 5-star quarterback Trey Taylor. Nebraska's also, this is going to be a big chance for Nebraska. They're hosting a massive 7-on-7 tournament next weekend. There will be anywhere between 30 and 45 star and 4-star recruits from the class of 26, the class of 27, and the class of 2028, all competing in this tournament in Memorial Stadium. That's open to the public, so you can go and show out and say, hey, guys, if we're recruiting you, we're going to show up for you. And then just wait until you're here playing. And there's 90,000 every single weekend. That's all I've got for today. We will see you in tomorrow's live stream at 6 p.m. Central Time. See y'all there.